If you're a young lady that is growing up and you have intention of getting married someday, or if you are already married, so as a young lady, God blessed you after school, you get a job, or you are self-employed, and you became the breadwinner of your family before getting married. That is to say, you became financially stable, financially independent before you got married to a man. You know, there is this very character of some women, not all the women. The moment they are financially independent, the moment they are wealthy financially, they believe that no man can order them around. They believe that, oh, I want to be independent. I don't want to depend on any man. I don't need a man in my life and all of that. But for the fact that you are still very young, you do not understand how lonely life could be when you start getting older. Yes, from 30, 35 up to 40. If you're still single persons who are very sincere, especially the ladies, can actually tell you the truth about what I'm trying to tell you now. So, as a very young lady, when you're financially buoyant, the thing go to shock you. You don't want to depend on any man and all of that. Forget about all those gra and listen to me carefully. Times are changing so fast. So many men no longer want to even, be committed to a marriage or to a relationship. So many men who are married today, some are wishing that they never got married. And so many young guys no longer even want to go into, a committed long-term marriage. So many people who are not even celebrities who want to have just a baby mama. They want to have somebody that will have kids for them, and that's all. Just as we have known over the years, the life of celebrities. Do you know why? People don't want to get committed any longer. People no longer want to be very committed and be responsible for a lot of things in the long run. And the gender that suffers the consequences of this are usually the female gender. Therefore, as a woman, if you're financially buoyant and you get into marriage, and God blessed you, you have kids in that marriage, use your money wisely. Use your money wisely. Don't allow any of these social media sensationists to advise you wrongly. How are you going to use your money wisely? First of all, whether your husband is rich or not rich, make sure you begin by making a joint investment in your husband's name and in your name. I give you an example. If you succeed in buying 2 or 3 houses, buying 2 or 3 landed properties because you're financially buoyant, having other properties around that bears your name, bears the name of your husband, and possibly bear the names of the kids, you are building a long-term commitment. You are building a structures and system that the man will look at someday, even when he wants to walk away from that relationship. He will sit down, look at those things, and he will get scared of even discussing separation. These are some of the things that could keep a man into a relationship in the long term, in the long run. Because situations are getting tough. If you go to the Western world today, people no longer, think about getting married like we think about here in Africa. So a young boy and a young girl falls in love, they move in together. The next thing, they are having a baby together, and that's it. Maybe after 2 or 3 years, you will hear that they are no longer together. Life goes on. The lady becomes a single mom. The guy becomes a single guy, and the guy moves on. It may take the lady another 2 or 3 years before having another boyfriend. It may not take the guy a longer time, because men are scarce and there are too many women available in the world looking for the available men, which you may not find so easily. So for the male gender, it is always very easy to hook up with a woman around the corner anytime you wish, so long you have the finances. Therefore, when you are financially buoyant as a woman, do not misuse your wealth. Do not misuse your money. Do not begin to think, oh, let me go and invest in my mother's house. Let me go and invest in my father's house. It's a good plan, but I tell you most solemnly, a time will come when your own brothers will tell you that you do not belong here, that you should go to your husband's house, that your husband is where you belong to, the man you have kids for, that is where your own accommodation and where your own property should be. Some bad brothers and sisters will take away every bit of investment you have made in your father's house, in your father's name. They will take them away from you, and you will have nothing left with you. What I'm telling you is out of experience. Therefore, instead of using your money gallivanting, chasing other men, trying to build castle in the air, use that money responsibly. Use it to build systems and structures of commitment in your marriage, involving your husband at every critical stage and possibly allowing him to take the lead. but only bringing the money where it matters. Building systems and structures in the name of your children, in the name of your husband. These are some of the systems and structures that will keep both of you intact. These are some of the systems and structures that will keep you and your family intact in the rainy season. Because whether you like it or not, no matter how much a loving family, a loving marriage, a loving relationship you have, the bad days will always come. Yes, it is part of our existence. So situation is never going to be rosy for all the years. There are times of temptation, there are times of trials and tribulations. But what you've been able to establish before this time is what will help you to save that relationship. Because the Igbos will always say, don't take these words for granted, and let me know